coming back with another candlestick lesson, and tonight we are going to talk about the evening star. And the evening star is a bearish signal. But before we get into the chart to see what that looks like, let's read exactly what a evening star is. And I'm pulling directly from my little black book of candlestick patterns, which you guys can find directly below in the description if you want to grab a copy. Now, let's look at what it is before we get into the charts, all right? Now, this consists of three candles. It's a green candle followed by a small indecisive candle and then a red candle. All right, I am over here on NVIDIA and I am on the 1 day time frame. Now, when I look for evening stars or its opposite, which are called morning stars, which we'll get into another time, the evening star, I like to look for it on higher time frame because I'm usually looking forward to get into a long put. Okay, so basically meaning that I will be holding that put for a little while before I decide to exit that play. And with seeing that pattern on like a big time frame, it just kind of gives you that indication that this thing is about to start coming down. This particular pattern is a bearish pattern. Okay, so we're going to zoom this in a little bit. Now, you guys see here? Well, let me zoom it back out actually. You see how we pushed up here? Okay, we done pushed up. We get up here and you guys see where this candle here formed. It's a slightly long wick, not too long, okay? And it has this small body. Now, a star could look like this, or it could have a slightly thicker body like this here, some small wicks. It can present itself slightly different, but the overall pattern is usually the same. We have the green candle, which is mine's yellow, that pushed up. Okay, we have the second candle, which is the star. And then this candle, the third one, is what I like to call the confirmation candle. Now, if this candle here decided to push to the upside, it would pretty much invalidate this particular pattern that we're looking at or what we thought was about to take place. That's why confirmation is always important. And because this is the daily time frame, each one of these candles represents one full day of price action. So if we wanted to see if this was going to form a evening star pattern, we would need to wait an additional day, allow this candle to form and complete, and then make our move on that fourth day. Okay, so we have day one, day two, day three, and day four. Make our move, get into our put, and we ride it down to whatever target that we're looking for. Okay, so always wait for confirmation because you don't want to get yourself in a play and then it invalidates. Allow this thing to form out. If you're looking at this on smaller time frame, then you will enter that play according to the time frame that you're on. But when you're on something like a daily time frame, you're more than likely looking to be in your position for a while. And if anything is indicating that we're probably about to reverse and go back up too far and it start getting your play in the red, then that's up to you to make that decision to get out of that play and take your profits. But overall, this right here lets us know what's about to take place. Okay, so this is the evening star, and it can present itself on any time frame, not just the daily. But me personally, this is one of those ones that I like to look for on higher time frame because me, I like to, when it comes to things like the evening star, the morning stars, the tweezer bottom and tops, I always go to higher time frames versus if I'm looking for a double bottom or a double top. I may look for those on like the 5 and the 15 minute. These type of patterns here with like evening stars, I like to look for those on the higher because on the smaller time frame, those patterns could be short-lived. Okay, we can go down for 3, 4, 5 candles and then we can begin to go back up unless I'm really just looking to get in and get out and I spot that pattern, maybe. But I like to look for it on higher time frames because you see how that played out. This here pushed all the way down. Now, yeah, it did have its days when it pushed back up, but overall, getting in on this candle here and riding it all the way down, especially under this 200 EMA, is just sort of further indication that it could have just been pushing down further, especially with this 50 and this 20 crossing. It just all depends on your patience level and how you're willing to let some play out. But this overall pattern played out perfectly and it continued to push down. So when you see this, just know that some sort of bearish move is coming once it's been confirmed. And by confirmed, you let these three candles here form, you catch the pattern, and then you enter on that fourth one as your confirmation that it could be going down. Just always keep in mind the time frame that you're on so that you can kind of plan the timing that you're going to be in it accordingly. Whether you're day trading or whether you are swing trading, where this pattern plays out best. I don't quite look for this one on the 1 minute or when I'm scalping anything. I very rarely scalp, but I wouldn't be looking for this one when I'm scalping. So that's just one to add to your arsenal. I hope it's one that you can use, that you can catch, and you can see just how that thing plays out. It's fairly easy to spot, especially when you go looking or when you go into higher time frames. So it's easy to spot, kind of depending on how things are going, or some things could be going so fast you may miss it. But once you catch it and you're able to enter accordingly, you just might see a pretty good play as long as that thing isn't short lived and you're continuing to watch what's taking place and make sure that thing doesn't reverse on you.